Hello everyone, I'm Shubhashri. Today I'm going to talk about cloud computing. This topic includes introduction, what is cloud computing, history of cloud computing, advantages of cloud computing, disadvantages of cloud computing, components of cloud computing, architecture of cloud computing, types of cloud computing, recent developments of cloud computing, and conclusion of cloud computing. So, moving to the introduction, cloud computing is the internet based computing whereby shared resources, software, and information are provided to computers and other devices on demand, like the electricity grid. Cloud computing is a paradigm shift following the shift from mainframe to client server in early 1980s. Details are abstracted from the users who no longer have need for expertise in or control over the technology infrastructure in the cloud that supports them. What is cloud computing? Cloud, cloud computing is the internet based computing where virtual shared services, servers, provided software, infrastructure, platform, devices, and other resources are hosting to customers on a pay as you use basis. All information that a digitized system has to offer is provided as a service in the cloud computing model. Users can access these services available on the internet cloud without having any previous know how on managing the resource involved. History concept originated from telecommunication companies changing to VPN. 1999 Salesforce.com delivery of applications via web. 2002 Amazon launches Amazon Web Services AWS. 2006 Google Docs Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud EC2. 2008 Eucalyptus. 2009 Microsoft Azure. Architecture. Cloud architecture. The system architecture of the software systems involved in the delivery of cloud computing typically involves multiple cloud components communicating with each other over applications, programming interfaces, usually web services. Cloud computing architecture. Sample architecture. This resembles the Unix philosophy of having multiple programs, each doing one thing well and working together over universal interfaces. Complexity is controlled and the resulting systems are more manageable than their monolithic counterparts. The two most significant components of cloud computing architecture are known as front end and back end. The front end is the part seen by the cloud client, that is the computer user. This includes the client's network or computer and the application used to access the cloud via a user interface such as a web browser. The backend of the cloud computing architecture is the cloud itself, comprising various computers, servers, and data storage devices. Advantages of cloud computing. Flexibility. There is a high rate of flexibility in cloud computing. Low cost. Companies can save big by employing cloud computing as it eliminates cost for hardware and software. Speed and scales. Traditional methods to buy and configure hardware and software are time consuming. Easier management of data and information. Since all data are located on a centralized location, data are more organized, making it easy to manage. Device diversity. We can access our application and data anywhere in the world on any system. Increased storage capacity. Increased storage capacity is another benefit of cloud computing as it can store more data as compared to personal computer. Easy to learn and understand since people are quite used to cloud application like Gmail, Google Documents, so anything related to the same is most likely to be understood by the users. Automatic updating. It saves companies time and effort to update multiple servers. Customized setting. Cloud computing also allows you to customize your business applications. There are few disadvantages of cloud computing. Dependency. One major disadvantage of cloud computing is users' dependency on the provider. Risk. Cloud computing services means taking services from remote servers where it is little risk. Requires a constant internet connection. The most obvious disadvantage is that cloud computing completely relies on network connections. Security. Security and privacy are the biggest concerns about cloud computing. Migration issues. Migration problem is also a big concern about cloud computing. Components of cloud computing. SaaS, software as a service. SaaS refers to a software that's made available as a web based service. Utility computing. The predecessors of cloud computing, utility computing provides the ability to access storage and virtual servers on demand. Cloud based web services. Similar to SaaS, web services in the cloud allow you to offer services online, such as credit card processing services, employee payroll processing, or viewing an interactive map. MSP, Managed Service Providers, the grandfather of cloud computing. An MSP delivers application to IT instead of end users. IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. IaaS refers to computer infrastructure, example virtualization, that's delivered as a service. Types of cloud computing are public cloud. Public clouds are made available to the general public by a service provider who hosts the cloud infrastructure. Generally, public cloud providers like Amazon, AWS, Microsoft, and Google own and operate the infrastructure and offer access over the internet. With this model, customers have no visibility or control over where the infrastructure is located. It is important to note that all customers on public clouds share the same infrastructure pool with limited configuration, security protections, and availability variances. Private cloud. Private cloud is a cloud infrastructure dedicated to a particular organization. Private clouds allow businesses to host applications in the cloud while addressing concerns regarding data security and control, which is often lacking in a public cloud environment. It is not shared with other organizations, whether managed internally by a third party, and it can be hosted internally or externally. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid clouds are a composition of two or more clouds, private, community, or public, that remain unique entities but are bound together, offering the advantages of multiple deployment models. In a hybrid cloud, you can leverage third party cloud providers in either a full or partial manner, increasing the flexibility of computing. Augmenting a traditional private cloud with the resource of a public cloud can be used to manage any unexpected surge in workload. Conclusion of cloud computing. So while cloud computing is really great and you are probably already using it either for a business or personal means, here's what we have learned from taking a look at pros and cons. Cloud computing is a really cheap way for companies to have all resources they need in one place. It is much better way to spread your resources, and it becomes easier to access things from longer distances. This is all about cloud computing. Thank you.